Good day. Today we are grateful to be joined by a respected expert in this field who will be sharing short valuable insight about maintenance record. To start, could you please introduce yourself if you could share your name, your current position and the company are you work or represent, po, sir?
Okay. Hi. Good day. I am Caldwell Nicor, and I am currently working in Lufthansa Technic Philippines as a licensed aircraft engineer, specialized in flight control system and working in A320 family.
Sir, our focus today is on maintenance records. Since you are a professional in this field, could you please share the essential function and the primary objectives of a maintained set of aviation records?
Essential function of our maintenance record is for traceability and to make sure that everything is aligned with the applicable reference.
Um, Sir, can you give us a word of wisdom to our to future to mechanic mechanic future mechanic?
Okay. Stay humble and always keep learning.
Yes. Po. On behalf, thank you, sir. On behalf of our group, we extend our sincere gratitude for you taking the time to share your professional expertise and insight with us today, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so good day. I am Alexander Yatco Herenya, and today we will be discussing maintenance record. I am accompanied by my fellow groupmates, Geraldine Saki, Georgina Dato, Marbian Seguido, Ace Villegas, and Justin Rama. To begin with, we will be discussing about the types of records. Ito nga pala yung aming table of contents, and we will dive in on airframe records, engine records, rebuilt engine records, propeller records, rotor records, and airworthy tags. So yun, maintenance records are essential for tracking the history, condition, and compliance of aircraft and their components. They ensure airworthiness, support inspections, and facilitate troubleshooting while complying with federal aviation regulations, such as Part 91.417 and Part 43.9. Owners or operators are primarily responsible for maintaining and transferring these records, with technicians making appropriate entries. So maintenance records are crucial for guaranteeing aircraft worthiness, supporting troubleshooting, and confirming regulatory compliance under itong Federal Aviation Regulation na parts. They track the aircraft's full condition and history, while owners or operators are responsible for maintaining and transferring these records. Technicians naman, they are responsible for making all required entries. Moving on.
Okay, so functions of maintenance records. These contain the maintenance history of the aircraft, including inspection, repairs, and alterations. Okay, so they provide a complete technical history of all work performed on the aircraft. These records ensure that the aircraft continues to meet the airworthiness standards, especially by documenting the inspections, scheduled or unscheduled, the repairs and replacements, airworthiness directive compliance, modifications and alterations, and component time and life limits. These are important because they prove legal compliance, support safe operation, and required for aircraft registration, insurance, and resale value. Next.
So types of records. Again, some maintenance records. They contain the complete maintenance history of the aircraft, including inspections, repairs, alterations, and airworthiness directives. They are used to determine future maintenance needs and ensure the aircrafts remain worthy. They act as the foundation for professional inspections, providing the traceability for regulatory compliance. They help evaluate maintenance quality, economic aspects of the programs, and troubleshooting by tracking total time in service, life-limited parts, and overhaul intervals. They enable proper management of aircraft operations, including retention and transfer to new owners, and support safety by documenting AD compliance and major alterations. So these logs contain complete maintenance history, including repairs, na alterations and compliance with yung airworthiness directives as stated kanina. They are the regulatory and technical foundation for ensuring the aircraft remains airworthy. They also provide economic value by tracking time in service and yun, life-limited parts, which aids in maintenance quality control, proper management of operations, and the successful transfer to the new aircraft owners.
Alright, so airframe record, commonly called the aircraft logbook for general aviation aircraft. This records total time in service, maintenance alterations, inspection, and AD compliance for the airframe and associated components. So its function is they document everything related to the aircraft's structural body, including their engine and propeller. This includes the damage history and repairs, structural modifications, corrosion control and inspection, landing gear, fuselage, wings, flight control systems, and most importantly, the time in service and component tracking. It is important because airframe records preserve the structural integrity's history. This allows proper tracking of mandatory checks, and it verifies that the aircraft remains structurally airworthy.
So yun, engine records maintains total time in service, maintenance alterations, inspections, and AD compliance for the engine and associated parts. For general aviation, often combined with propeller records if the propeller stays with the engine. It includes time since last overhaul for items requiring overhaul on a time basis. Must track current status of life-limited parts, applicable ADs with methods of compliance and revision dates, and major alterations. Retained as permanent records, separate logs may be used for large or turbine-powered aircrafts. So engine records track the engine's total time in service, maintenance, alteration, and this and that. And they must include the time since last overhaul and the current state of the limited parts. These documents are permanent records and are often kept in separate logbooks, though they may be combined with propeller records in general aviation.
Moving on to the rebuilt engine records. This applies when an engine is rebuilt by the manufacturer or an approved agency. Okay, so this record provide the complete history of an engine that has been overhauled or rebuilt to meet the manufacturer or regulatory standards. This includes the overhaul inspections and replaced parts, the test results such as performance, compressions, tolerances, the recertification indicating the engine meets as new specifications, and time since overhaul or TSO and engine operating limits. Again, this is important because they ensure the engine is legally airworthy. This tracks performance and provide the proof of compliance with engine maintenance and overhaul standards. Next.
Propeller records. This records total time in service, maintenance, alterations, inspections, and AD compliance for the propeller. In general aviation, often combined with engine records if the propeller remains with the engine. Separate records recommend for life-limited parts or when engines, propellers are exchanged frequently. They must include current status of life-limited parts, time since last overhaul, applicable ADs, and major alterations, retained as permanent records and transferred with propeller. Propeller records are the documents the propeller's operational life, covering its total time in service, maintenance, and AD compliance. While sometimes it is combined with engine records, separate records are advised for life-limited parts or when props are frequently exchanged. These are classified as permanent records and must be transferred with propellers.
So rotor records. This is required for all helicopters or rotorcraft as rotors are often Life limited parts. Rotor records apply to helicopters and truck parts that usually have limited lifespans. They record rotor total time, inspections, maintenance, and ADs, and the overhaul history. Since rotor components can fail if overstressed or used beyond limits, these records help technicians monitor each part's condition and ensure safe operation. They are permanent records that also help during rotor replacements or when the aircraft changes owners. Next, please.
Lastly, or second to the last, airworthy tag, used by certificate repair stations to document condition of parts and appliances. This serves as a maintenance record and return to service authorization for individual parts or appliances. These includes part condition, time and service, overhaul times, and approval details. Attached to the part upon repair overhaul, retained in aircraft logs for reference. They are not a full maintenance record but supplements logs for traceable approved components. So the airworthy tag is a certification document issued by a repair station to prove the return to service of a part or appliance. It is not a full log but a key supplemental record detailing the part's condition, time and service, and approval details. It must be attached to the part and reference in the aircraft logs to maintain proper component traceability. Hindi pala last.
Airworthiness Directive or AD. AD records document how the aircraft complies with the mandatory of FAA safety requirements. They include the AD number, revision, method of compliance, and next due date for recurring ADs. These ensure the aircraft does not operate with unsafe conditions known to the FAA. Airworthiness Directive records must be signed and kept permanently because they prove the aircraft is legally worthy and must stay with the aircraft even when sold. Next, please.
Ayun, so to summarize yung mga diniscuss namin, the summary is that the function of all records is to track history, confirm airworthiness, and ensure compliance. The key types include airframe, engine, and propeller, as well as yung airworthiness directives na records. The owners maintain and transfer records while technicians make entries. Permanent records like AD status are kept indefinitely. Temporary records are kept for 1 year or until suspended. Proper record keeping is crucial for safety and meeting requirements for FAR Part 91.417.
So to conclude our report, maintenance records are essential because they prove an aircraft is safe, reliable, and legal to fly. Pinapakita rin dito yung history of maintenance, repairs, inspections, and most importantly, the Airworthiness Directive compliance. With accurate records, technicians can confirm airworthiness, plan future work, and ensure the aircraft meets FAA standards, which is sobrang importante sa aviation industry. These documents also create accountability and transparency, helping prevent issues before they become safety risks. In short, proper documentation protects not only the aircraft's condition, but the overall safety and integrity of the aviation operations and its people. Thank you. So, thank you for listening to our report and have a great day.